That's it. That's it. I've had enough of all you whiny, entitled, soft little bitches ruining the narrative around one of the best Dragon Ball games we've ever gotten. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out less than a year ago, and the amount of negativity surrounding this game is absolutely baffling to me considering how fun it is and how faithful it is to the games that came before it. If you don't know, Sparking Zero is the 4th game in the Sparking series of Dragon Ball games. Here in the US, they were called Budokai Tenkaichi. Weird that Japan got the more simple-sounding names, but whatever. I grew up playing what is still probably the pinnacle of these games,
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3!
Being a Dragon Ball fan, this game had it all. A massive roster of characters with immersive battle mechanics and full control over hype moments like transformations and beam clashes. I think the real magic of this game came from the split-screen battles you could have with friends or family. It was like me and my brother really became Goku and Vegeta in those moments, duking it out and allowing each other to power up to max just for the fun of it. And that's the point. It was as immersive as it was fun. So for years, I was waiting for that 4th game and never really thought it would actually happen. I mean, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 came out in 2007. And with every new Dragon Ball game that came out since, it seemed like the dream of Budokai Tenkaichi 4 coming out would stay just that, a dream. And then out of fucking nowhere, they dropped the teaser that made me shit bricks. It was finally happening. Taking on the Japanese name, Sparking Zero was on its way. I got the Ultimate Edition and damn near got hit by a hurricane picking it up. And all I can say is, the dream came true, baby. Sparking Zero looks beautiful, plays almost just like I remember, and has an incredibly massive roster spanning almost all of Dragon Ball's history. I mean, they even got everyone's favorite Kui in here. What more can you ask for? They even included this Girls Talk section, which is just like Chi-Chi's commentary from the old game, which was one of the best extras in a game ever.
Super Saiyans drive me nuts! My whole family looks like a bunch of delinquents after they transform, and they never listen to me. Oh, give it a rest.
The point is, Sparking Zero does pretty much everything I wanted from a sequel. The huge roster, the gameplay, oh my god, the animation quality, all the attacks and supers just look nuts. That same feeling I got as a kid, just duking it out with your favorite characters, transforming when you feel like it, and launching these giant attacks is just pure cinema. So you might be thinking, where is all the hate coming from? The answer to that? It's from a bunch of assholes who forgot to have fun. Okay, I do think that's a big part of it, but the game itself does have some flaws, 100%. The thing I see most people complain about now is the lack of single-player content. Once you beat the story mode, the only thing left to do is the bonus battles, tournament mode, and custom battles. Tournament mode is pretty easy to get through, and I'd say I only had trouble beating a few of the bonus battles. There are plenty of custom battles made by people around the world, but they vary in quality. The game could also use more unlockables, like some outfits are missing, which would also be a really good incentive to summon Shenron. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had more story content and more challenge modes, but as a kid I usually just stuck to story mode and the local battles. Even so, I can understand the frustration that Sparking Zero is missing some modes. At the same time though, in all the modes, you're still playing the same game at its core, just with different stipulations. I agree the game could give me more incentive to keep playing with different modes, but I think people would still be upset about the repetition. And this is a problem every fighting game has, so I don't understand why Sparking Zero is getting shit on for it. I do think they could have covered more moments in the story though. It is so weird that they just didn't include a section for the Super Broly movie, or any of the other movies for that matter. The alternate paths were sick though. To be honest, I think the biggest problem plaguing Sparking Zero isn't even a part of the game itself. It's the godforsaken player base. I have never seen such pansy-ass players in a video game before hopping online in this game. The immersive, fun battles I mentioned before don't exist when fighting strangers online. People are just playing to win by any means necessary. It's as if their family's being held hostage, and if they don't win, they'll get hit with a spirit bomb and explode. This might sound like I'm just a salty, sore loser, but I'm Z-rank, alright? I had to grind for this view, and the trenches were not friendly. The problem isn't about losing, it's how you lose. People online play with complete cheese and cheap tactics, like using instant sparking mode and spamming energy blasts, unblockable ultimates, healing moves. It's just a lot of bullshit. The thing is, they don't leave room for fun. Half the fun of the old games was setting up for a beam clash on purpose, or letting your opponent power up. It was just cool. Nothing more simple than that. But on Sparking Zero, winning for the sake of winning seems to be the only reason a lot of these people play. It's not about the cool moments or the love of the game, it's just ego. Oh, and rage quitting has been a huge problem too. Imagine being so shit at the game that you have no other option but to cheese, you still start losing, and then you bitch out. And let's be clear, a lot of the cheap stuff can be helped with certain changes to the game, like key sickness, where you charge keys slower after using a crazy ability. There have been a few patches that have helped, so the dev team is definitely listening. I just hope it's not too little too late. The other thing I've been seeing a lot of is this negativity surrounding the DLC packs. Listen, I don't love the idea of nickel and diming on DLC either, but I think it's been pretty solid so far. People seemed so upset about this first Daima DLC in particular, since it didn't include some characters like the Tamagamis. Again, I don't get it because we know that a second pack is coming, which will most likely have those characters. So when I see people say shit like, it's so over, dog, Sparking Zero sucks, what a disappointment, blah blah blah, I'm just confused. And hey, I'll eat my words if the second pack comes out and I'm wrong, but I really doubt it. And all this whining comes off as so entitled too. Now before you pick up the pitchforks, I'm not saying you're entitled to expect something good for your money. I know that the DLC packs cost money and you want to feel like you got something of value. I get it, alright? I bought the game too. But when I see the care that goes into all the models and the transformations and the attack animations of all the DLC characters, I can't see where people feel scammed. Like, the DLC is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Nothing more, nothing less, so I just don't understand. I will say it's insane that there hasn't been a single new stage added since launch, especially when there's so many good ones missing. When it comes to DLC, I do think a big problem is that people don't remember a time when a game just came out and that was it. People have been conditioned to expect more and more when a game comes out so that no one is satisfied anymore. And no, this is not me defending the whole launch a game now, finish it later thing that a lot of studios have been doing for years now. I think that practice sucks balls. It's just that I missed the time when a game was out and that was the end of it. A time when no one was expecting anything past what the game could provide on day one. So there was no drama to be had about DLC. There's no one to blame. A lot of the industry around games has revolved around this model for a while now. Season passes and whatnot. I just think a lot of the complaints are coming from people that let that blind them from how good a game Sparking Zero actually is. Just like Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I can hand my brother a controller and have those same immersive fights in split screen, now with more characters to choose from and graphics that make you feel like you're inside the anime. Playing Sparking Zero makes me feel like a kid again. It really gave me everything I could have wanted and more. So I just wanted to make this video to call out all you rage-quitting losers, and to tell you that this game rocks. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of people online and scream my heart out while I do it.